Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scene Podcast. My name is Craig Smith. You know, I got my guy, Mr. The man himself, Mr. Texas Recruited. You can do your little hat thing that you do. Today we got a big-time player from DFW. Well, not DFW. He's in a different county, but we count him as DFW. A kid that is the epitome of hard work. Kid that went from an independent team to the EYBL and kept doing the same exact thing. KyeRon Lindsay from KyeRon High School. What's going on, man?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Good, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
KyeRon, you're used to going to basketball off season. You're playing with your AAU teams right now.
Yeah.
You're obviously not doing that now. Tell us what you've been doing.
I've been working out every day, getting ready for the Iverson Classic that's coming up in a week and a half. Just getting ready for that and then getting ready for the next level. I've been doing drills, lifting, just getting ready for that everyday experience I'm going to have next year.
Yeah, man. Talk to us a little bit about being a participant in that Allen Iverson Showcase All-Star Game, whatever you want to call it. You get a chance to go out there, and if you get the MVP of that game, you get to play in the main game. What is that like?
Oh, yeah, it was just crazy when I got that DM on Instagram from the Allen Iverson account. When I saw the teams come out, I was kind of like surprised that I didn't make it. And then a couple weeks went by, and they DM'd me talking about I'm going to be in the 24K showcase. And it was just like kind of like a blessing to give me an opportunity to show my abilities in front of all the scouts that are going to be there and just being around more high-level players like myself. So I think it's going to be fun just being with some of the friends I know there, like Anthony Black and Keontae. So I'm just ready to go out and hoop, really.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's your goal in that game?
To get MVP, of course.
All right. Because I want to see you in that big game.
Yeah, so I want to be there too and just show my skills, really.
That's cool, man. So being at Guyer, Guyer's known is Guyer known for football? Guyer's not known for basketball, right?
They know for both.
Okay. Well, were you at Guyer when you were a freshman?
No, I transferred over from Coppell.
Okay. Well, Guyer, back then, was known as a basketball school. You had your Devion Harmons, you had your Jalen Wilsons. What's his name? Went to Georgetown. Yeah, you had Jacoby. Grayson. Yeah, Grayson. So tell me, going into that school, what kind of things were on your mind? What kind of things did you get to learn from those guys?
Oh, just like playing high level in practices and then bringing over into games. I think going there, being around Jacoby and just hanging out with Jalen and Davion, they was just telling me that Guyer, like they got to keep the Guyer name up when they leave because Guyer basketball is serious. And then just, like playing hard no matter what, no matter who's watching and just having fun while doing it.
It's good, man. Chris, go ahead.
KyeRon, man, I know that your whole AAU thing was a little different than a lot of other players because of COVID. I know you didn't really have your first live period till last July. Can you kind of explain to me how you stayed motivated? Because, people like myself and Craig and other media members in Dallas, like and evaluators, we knew what you were and what you were capable of. The problem was that you had to do that in front of people. And because of COVID, you weren't really given that opportunity till, almost the start of your senior year. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, luckily for me, I had a good supporting group around me and my parents and just friends and coaches that knew my time was coming. So hearing that from them, I just knew I needed to put my head down and just focus on just hooping and not worrying about all that publicity or media. But thankfully for y'all during the summer, y'all were kind of blowing me up when I was hooping. So, with like y'all's help and everything, I just got that looks just for keeping my head down, not worrying about anything else.
Well, you made it easy for us, man. we just had to report what you did, and you were the one doing that. So we were happy to be there, and I'm happy to be able to watch it, man. You're one of my son's favorite players, man. He asks about you all the time. So
thank you.
You know, we're extremely happy for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Let's go back to the COVID year. So you were on Southern Assault. Obviously, the Adidas stuff got canceled. You stopped playing. That was back when it was at like an all-time high. But even then, basketball was still jumping in DFW.
Yes.
But obviously, you weren't playing. What kind of things were you doing to stay in shape and to continue to play at a high level?
Oh, well, quarantine really helped me lock in since I couldn't go out. I had nothing to do but work out in my garage. I was on the Vertimax, lifting weights, doing box jumps. So it just really got my body ready. And I was riding my bike, so I was pretty conditioned and all that. And, like, was ahead of everybody else that was just taking the quarantine off because they thought nothing was going to be normal again. But it just gave me a chance to step ahead of everybody else.
That's good, man. And talk to us about how is your dad available?
He right here.
Let me talk to him, man.
Come on, man. Sit right here.
Pull up a seat, man.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up?
How you doing, Aaron?
Hey, man. So I talked to you at the Allen game that I went to.
Yes, sir.
And we got to talk about that COVID year. I want you to tell me what you were I want you to tell everybody what you were telling me about what y'all did.
I mean, it was tough, man. I mean, like he said, you know, when COVID and all that stuff, you know, started happening, I was like, okay, well, we can't get in the gyms, you know, let's go to the parks. We went to a park one day, you know, we were able to get, you know, a good little workout in. Went the next day, rim was gone.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was gone. So then it was like, okay, bro, I guess we doing this at the house.
I think that was the part that I never understood, man. Kids don't play outside anyways, so it's like, why you take the rims down?
Why didn't shoot a basketball?
Look at this grade, man. I come from playing outside, you know. We didn't always have the access they have, like, you know, at the gym. So I'm like, let's go old school on them, you know. I mean, but we gonna get this work in. He was down with it, man. So we went out there and got it. You know, we set the garage up, you know. Got some equipment in there. We were out in front of the yard, man. I mean, we're getting in any type of circuit training, any type of plyos that we can get into, and really just really getting his shot. You know, we were able to sneak in a couple of gyms late at night. You know, that really helped us. So just me and him, but he got that work in, man. I mean, like you said, I mean, we could have sat there and, you know, hope for everything to come back right, you know. But my thinking is, you know what? If it does, when the switch hits, let's be pass ready, you know. And you know, luckily for him, and luckily for, you know, a lot of people. I mean, he hit the ground running, man. He did himself a great service. Great service.
Talk about his progression, because you've had a first eye at it, man. Tell us about the progression, man.
Well, the ninth grade year, he wanted to be Steph Curry. Everyone wanted to be Steph Curry, right? So I'm like, you know, we kind of had to reprogram that out of him. It's like you got to score at these two levels before you really want to start going out there, you know. And you know, just told him, I was like, you're gonna be a bigger guy. You're not gonna be able to get away from a lot of people, you know, with your feet like Steph does. So let's work more towards your strengths, you know, than what you're seeing on the internet or on TV, you know. So it was really, you know, the biggest thing about it is the kid is so athletic, you know. I would try to put hard things in front of him, and he would just snap to it. He may stumble, you know, the first couple of times, but he would just snap to it. And I saw that when he likes to say his first sport was soccer. I was okay, first sport soccer.
It was soccer.
But I mean, just, you know, seeing him with the footwork, you know, there, and he tried a little football, you know, and I told him the Oklahoma drill makes everyone decide whether they want to play football or not. So
hey, man, hey. I signed up for football. I'd never played my 7th grade year. All my friends, because I had all my friends signed up for football in middle school, so I was like, I'm gonna do it too. I got hit one time doing a wide receiver drill or something, and
You say something.
I sat out the next 2 days, went to my counselor, changed my schedule. I was in PE that year.
Smart.
Hey, that's what happens, especially here in Texas, man. I mean, you better when you strap in for the 9th grade up, you better be ready to go. And that's what I told him. I was like, we could try this, playing 2-sport thing, but let's, the position you're going to be at in football, you might not make it back to basketball. So, he decided he wanted to play basketball. So I said, well, let's go, straight out here, all 4 years, all basketball. But of course, every year he said he wanted to play football. Every year.
Yeah, I'd be like, I should have played football. Next year, I should have played football. But
you probably would have been a 4 or 5-star tight end in football also.
That's about it. Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I think we good where we at right now.
Thanks.
Hey, Aaron. You've been through this whole process with KyeRon, and KyeRon, you've been through it. I always ask when there's a parent or a player on here, what kind of advice would you give to other parents and then other players, KyeRon, like, kids that look up to you that are younger than you that see that you went from, not rated to a 4-star with 26, 27 offers over the summer. And then Aaron, as a parent, just what that process is like and any advice that you would have for parents?
Yeah, probably the biggest thing is, and I know I'm a parent, so I know every parent have this. They always see their kid, at a higher level, or doing things a little bit differently. The biggest thing I say is be honest with yourself, be honest with your kid, and if you're both willing to put the work in, or if your kid's willing to put the work in, then you support them every way that you can. And that means getting up late night. Getting up early in the morning, working out with them, giving them that positive force. Is like, I'm up doing it. I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm investing my time, my energy in you because I want to see you succeed. And I think, just through that process, being a supportive parent and being an honest parent, he knows he could tell you, he'll after some of his best games, he's like, Dad, and I'm like, let's go look at the film. We're going to find some stuff. And the game when you're on the court, it's every minute. You have to be productive. He's seen, for the past, 3 or 4 years, he's actually been paying attention, to the tournament and even regular season games in college. It's like, your minutes may be small, but you got to give something every minute, And it has to be positive, not negative. You got to be giving positive things every minute. You can't be out there lost in your head. You can't be out there mad because another guy's shooting the ball. You got to play your game and play basketball.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think for me, it really just be trust the process. Like, no, don't let any outside noise bother you. Like for me, the hardest thing for me was making sacrifices to better myself. Like giving up that extra time to go work out instead of hanging out with friends. And I think me learning that late, I wouldn't say like hurt me, but I feel like if I realized it earlier, I'd probably be a little bit better than I am right now. But what I'm saying is like, just trust the process, keep working, and don't let any outside noise bother you.
All right, man.
I think I speak for Chris when they had that tournament last summer, when he played for Max Levels. There was a video that we posted of I don't know if Shaq got a block or maybe a shot went up. He relayed it to you. You got it inside the 3-point line on the other end. You took 4 dribbles and dunked the ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he's gonna have a future, big time. So because I was like, you and I think you put 30 on my dynasty guys during the circuit one game.
I remember that game.
I told Zach, I said, man, there ain't nothing you can do with him. There ain't nothing you can do with him. Yeah, because he's a big dude. he's got the body. You can tell he's been lifting weights. I mean, you can't sit somebody on him because he's too strong. And then he'll take you outside and he'll shoot the three. He'll shoot the mid range, and you can see the development.
I think and a lot of it was, just his confidence. I mean, me being in the gym with him, I'd see him, do things. I see him advance. I see him.
Me shoot from NBA range within game. Be nervous to shoot a three.
Well, sometimes that's not your role, bro. Like I said,
Hey, he needed to learn that inside scoring, that mid range scoring. And now he's got Steph Curry range.
I mean, at the game that he was playing, I mean, if he can knock down shots mid range, I mean that's gonna make you very successful at the high school level. Extreme.
Yeah.
Now it may not translate to college and pros, but you got to work on your distance from there.
Yeah. Yeah, because the game is translated. I mean, you got guys his size that are point guards and shooting guards, and they're knocking down threes, knocking down mid range. I mean, the big man is kind of going away. I mean, I don't know, man. So it's good that that's translated for him. I mean, that'll be big time.
Yeah, the game's always going to be, you're always going to have big guys. But like I told him, I mean, he was pushing up against me, and I think I was about 30 pounds heavier at this time. So I was like, dude, you're not going to meet anybody on the court as big as me. So if you can get around me, you're good.
Yeah. Talk to us about going from, you played for max level for how long? For like a month and a half. And then
it was the spring and almost most of the summer that we were with max level. It was pretty much at the end of the season, where things changed and went over to pro skills.
And y'all went to pro skills, and you continued to do the exact same thing against guys like Jalen Duran, who are supposed to be, top 10 picks in the NBA this year. You played against Derek Lively too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell us about stuff like that, man.
Oh, well, I got this one. Well, really, I was kind of nervous going to the pro skills, just knowing the big name around it and knowing what kind of competition was in EYBL. So I was kind of nervous, but then I had talked to my parents, talked to the coach, and they was like, just be you, just play your game. So I was trying to go out there, do this extra stuff to impress, but at the end of the day, when they told me just to be myself, I think that really helped because it caused me not to think as much. And so, I love defense. So when I was, guarding Jalen and Derek Lively, I wasn't really scared of their name or, their hype and all that, what they was doing. I was like, well, he's in front of me, I got to shut him down. Or if he's in front of me, I got to score in front of him. And I think my dad putting that mentality into me really helped me, especially going into Peach Jam.
KyeRon, did that really help with your confidence when you went to pro skills and you were like, I'm killing these dudes right now?
Yeah, I think it gave me a little confidence boost where I started in games, I started talking trash to a player, and that just helped me out even more, just knowing that I was actually doing something productive. And the coach is telling me that you can give this kid 40, and that just helped me a lot, really.
Yeah. Hey man, you have a teammate at Guyer that, man, I love this kid, and I just want to know your opinion on him, man. I'm sure he's important to your team. I'm sure y'all are close. Man, I love Connor Newton, man. I mean, I just love that kid. I love him. And I just want to know what he means to you.
It means a lot. I mean, when I first came to Guyer my sophomore year, he played with us spring league, and he was this little kid with looked like he had an extra large jersey on, but he was shooting the lights out, and I was like, this kid can really shoot. But then going into my junior year, when we first started practicing, he was hitting me with NBA range threes. I was like, wow. So then we started practicing more and more and just hanging out more on and off the court with the whole team. And then, I was like, he can really help me, and I can really benefit him, and he can really benefit me. So then, just at the end of the day, he's a fabulous shooter. Everybody knows. I think he's in his class. He's probably one of the best shooters in Texas. And I think he helped me a lot, especially with Jace, Jeremiah, and Jordan this year getting all them wins.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I was just curious because y'all had a talented team this year at Guyer. I mean,
thanks.
There's been Jeez, from as far back as I remember, man, there's always a D1 player there. He had Miles Crawford in 2014 and another kid named Joshua Jordan that I remember. But yeah, man, it just seems like there's always some D1 hoopers up at Geyer.
Yeah,
Coach Long seems to do a good job with that.
Let's stay on that subject and tell us about Jeremiah and Jordan. Two freshmen stepping up in a big way for y'all this year.
Yeah, I mean, when Jordan and Jeremiah came in, they was like nervous. They were like little fish, little freshmen. But then I think gradually towards actual season started, getting done with preseason, they got their confidence more and more. And I started talking to them more and more, just telling them that they're better than half the kids we're going to play, especially just because of their size and their skill at their size. So then I think the more we practice together, the more practice intense they got, us talking trash, it just built their confidence really. And then, like, they weren't really nervous most of the time, or at least you couldn't see it. So I think that was a really good thing for them.
Yeah, and they both play high-level AAU outside of regular school ball.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, I mean, from the summer to school ball, you didn't really have to transition as far as guards. You've always had some good guards around you from summer to now. With Jeremiah and Jordan in school, you had Kaysen and Cruz, and I don't know the kid's name from San Antonio right off my head, but you had him too. I think he's going to Texas State.
Jordan.
Yeah. Talk to us about how that makes life easy for you.
Oh, it makes it so easy because, like, when you – just like the March Madness, if you have a good guards are going to help the team out so much. So I think having Kaysen, Cruz, Jordan, and then transition over from having them to having Jordan and Jeremiah just helped me out so much because having Kaysen, I knew, like, how to play off of them well, off of ball screens, or where they're going to be out in the court, where to kick it ahead to, or where the shots are to bounce off for me, get a board or a kick out. I think just me connecting with the guards helped me out so much, just putting me in good spots on the court and for both of us to give each other the ball.
KyeRon, I want to talk a little bit more about your recruiting process. You ended up with like 26 offers. I just want to know why UNLV and what you're looking forward to there.
I chose UNLV because of the diversity of the campus, the weather, and like the facilities that they have, and the coaching staff is just a whole family environment, and I trust their developing process with me. And then what I'm looking forward to is just getting closer with the team and players and being there every day, getting better and better.
All right, man. Yeah, it looks like they just got another. It looks like I think they just got a transfer in the portal. I can't remember where he was from, but he looked like he was a good player. He averaged like 17 points a game in his previous D1. Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking forward to watching you play there, man. I mean, I'm excited for you. I know how hard you've worked. I've seen your progression over the last year and a half that I've known you. I know Craig has too, but yeah, man, just real proud of you. And I was just curious about that. Any advice you would give like young kids?
Yeah, for on and off the court, no, you don't know who's watching you, so just be a leader and be a good person. And on the court, like I said, just work hard. I want to add to what I said before. Trust your parents. Like, even though you may think you know some more sports than them, just trust the process. They're gonna put you in a good position because they know what's best for you. And then, like I said, don't worry about no outside noise. Keep working on you. Don't worry about the hype, the stars. That doesn't matter. Only what matters is what you do on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Hey, man, I got like 3 questions for you real quick. What's the player that, like in the NBA, what's your favorite player? Who do you try to model yourself after?
I got a couple. Giannis, Kevin Durant. I've been looking at DeMar DeRozan recently because his mid-range game is kind of crazy. And then old players, Tim Duncan with the mid-range game. Dennis Rodman, because I saw that one thing on how he was saying how you read the rebound. And ever since I heard that, I couldn't stop thinking about how, like, the rebound's coming off. Even, like, when I watch some like some pickup games, I just talk to myself, oh, the ball's going that way, that way. So those are a couple people that I like try to model my game after or learn some tips and tricks for.
What's the pregame meal?
Chicken Alfredo from Domino's night before. But on game day, I normally get Panda at Chick-fil-A. I ain't gonna lie.
Nothing wrong with that. Craig's a big Panda guy, man. Loves that place.
I love Panda.
Man, don't be telling my secrets.
I love Panda.
What's the pregame music?
Pregame music. I got a whole mix of like NBA YoungBoy, Little Baby, Lil Durk. Yeah, I think those are my top 3 in my playlist right now.
All right,
no Key Glock, no Gunna, none of that.
Nah, actually, I got one Gunna song on there. Let me see what it's called. Let me see. I got it right here. What was it? Thought I Was Playing with 21 Savage and Gunna. That's my number 1 song right now. Song's fire.
All right.
There you go. You got some Gunna.
It's fire. That's all I got, Chris. You got anything else?
No, hey, KyeRon, man, we appreciate you coming on. Tell your dad, Aaron, we said thank you too, man, and hello to your mom. I've gotten to know her pretty well. Very nice lady. You have a great support system there, like you said, and it's been a pleasure getting to know all 3 of y'all, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
too.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for every time you came and sat down and watched the kid play. Anytime you had negative or positive, I mean, we feed off the negativity. So neither one of you guys be afraid to drop something in his inbox. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't want no problems, man.
Come on, drop it in there.
Ain't gonna be
I don't want no problems.
Ain't gonna be no problem.
Thank you guys so much, man.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate you.